It's going to be a jump. Now here it looked like a jump. There, this looks like a foul to me.
Yeah.
Indiana, and you can see Caitlin saying you were right in front of her.
Caitlin Clark absolutely lost her composure on the officials after witnessing Sophie Cunningham get body slammed without any sort of penalty. This wasn't just a bad call, it was an outright embarrassment. The entire WNBA should feel ashamed of what transpired during the Indiana Fever's nail-biting 7-8-7-4 victory over the Seattle Storm. What happened wasn't your typical missed whistle. It perfectly showcased everything that's decaying at the core of WNBA officiating. Look, no one is saying refereeing is an easy job, but when it's a straightforward call that happens directly in front of your face, not once but multiple times, then seriously, what are you even doing? How do you miss that? What call are you even seeing? It's like they're completely out of it. Almost every decision is questionable. And it's not just about the bad calls, it's the inconsistency that's driving everyone insane. Caitlin Clark put it bluntly, if you're on the other team and you're going to foul the hell out of me, fine, cool, but at least let me do the same to you. That's the core of the frustration. Players just want consistency. Let both sides play the same way. Clark added that this isn't just her opinion. It's a sentiment echoed by players across the league and by new fans all over the country. People are watching and asking, what's going on with the refs? And even she had to admit, has no clue. Sophie Cunningham had just pulled down a defensive rebound and was calmly securing the ball when a Seattle Storm player threw her to the ground like they were gearing up for Sunday Night Football. A referee stood just a few feet away, front row seat and everything, watching it all unfold like he was chilling at a backyard barbecue, except he was supposed to be officiating a professional basketball game. Now let's be clear, no one is saying players should be tossing each other around. That's not what the sport is about. But when it's happening right in front of the official, with that much physical contact, and he doesn't blow the whistle, doesn't stop the play, doesn't even call a foul, that's a problem. And that's when Caitlin Clark, who is still stuck on the bench for her 7th consecutive game due to a lingering groin injury, finally snapped. In a recent update, the team shared that her recovery is going well. They're focused on staying the course and being diligent with each step to avoid any setbacks. Patience is the priority. The coaching staff wants her back on the floor, and so does she, but making sure she's truly ready remains the number one concern. At this point, they're still unsure how far along she is. The plan is to take it one day at a time and move forward carefully. But regardless of her status, Clark couldn't stay silent any longer. She erupted. "You were right. In front of her, why did you change your mind?" she yelled. Her voice cut through the arena, and honestly, every basketball fan watching at home had to be nodding in agreement. The level of incompetence was staggering. If you're just as tired of referees ruining the games as the rest of us, drop a spicy Sophie in the comments, and give a shout out to the real ones holding it down on the court. And really, what can the players even do at this point? They're not being protected. And while a lot of the recent controversy has centered around the Indiana Fever, this problem is legal. These kinds of plays are happening in every market. Pull up the game tape, there's plenty of evidence. But what are the actual solutions? Coaches can't even speak out without getting fined. This is bigger than just a few bad calls. This is a top-down problem. This is on the commissioner. Because right now, this ongoing disaster of officiating is quickly becoming the defining crisis of the WNBA. And Caitlin Clark's outrage isn't just an isolated moment, it's turning into a rallying cry for an entire league that feels like it's on the brink of collapse. Honestly, the officiating in the WNBA is downright terrible. Let's not sugarcoat it. There have to be rules in place to prevent excessive physicality from hijacking the game. The NBA has those protections. The WNBA is supposed to as well. Nobody's saying you need to call every little bump, but these referees don't even know what a foul is or isn't. They can't even consistently recognize when the ball goes out of bounds. Some of these games have over 2 million people watching live. You have to deliver an officiating product that's not only correct, but also confident and competent. At this point, it feels like refereeing in the WNBA has hit rock bottom, and it's no longer just Indiana Fever fans raising the alarm. Players, coaches, and fans from all over the league are calling it out because the same officiating disasters keep happening every week, in every game. It's humiliating. To put it in perspective, Sophie Cunningham was fined $500 for making a lighthearted TikTok joking about the refs. Meanwhile, actual full contact hits in the middle of games are being completely ignored. That tells you everything you need to know about where the league's priorities are right now. And to top it off, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert had the audacity to claim that only losing teams complain about officiating. Maybe someone should tell her that when your league's biggest star is getting clobbered night after night, it's not about wins or losses anymore. It's about basic safety and professionalism. And this isn't just happening to Caitlin Clark. This year, if you wear an Indiana Fever jersey, it's game over. The refs won't be fair. They'll make whatever calls or non-calls serve the league's hidden agenda. It's like they're following orders from the top to make things harder. For this team, even some of the league's most respected voices are reaching a breaking point. Becky Hammon has been publicly losing her temper. Kelsey Plum has shown up to press conferences covered in scratches, completely baffled about how she could get physically attacked for 40 minutes and still only shoot 6 free throws. Plum put it bluntly, "I've got scratches on my face, scratches all over my body, and yet guards on the other team are getting these soft ticky-tack fouls. I'm tired of it. I get hacked on almost every possession. A'ja Wilson gets fouled nonstop in the post, and they don't call it. I don't know what else we're supposed to do. It's incredibly frustrating." There were multiple moments late in the third and fourth quarters where opponents were just swinging on us and the refs let it go. They didn't call anything. But even amid this total train wreck of officiating, one player continues to rise above the MS. Sophie Cunningham. She delivered another high-level performance, once again proving why she's the most clutch option for the Fever when Caitlin Clark is out. Late in the game, Yohash missed a layup and the ball bounced into the hands of BBL. Recently signed for the rest of the season, she's been a perfect stretch fit for Indiana. And then, boom, Sophie Cunningham drilled a 3. Just look at her physical presence. She's 6 feet 6 inches with elite length. Moments later, she buried another triple. Cunningham ended the night with 17 points on 5-of-6 shooting, including a scorching 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. And get this, she was the only Indiana Fever player to hit even a single three-pointer the entire game. The Fever finished the night 4 for 21 from deep. Sophie hit all 4 of them. She completely carried the perimeter shooting. And unlike her last breakout game against the Minnesota Lynx, this wasn't a case of heating up late this time. She stepped up when the team was struggling early and gave them the spark they desperately needed. And this isn't just a hot streak. Sophie Cunningham is on a full-blown tear. Fans are now calling her the Blonde Bomber because of how she keeps detonating from deep during crucial moments. Ever since she went viral for defending Caitlin Clark during the Connecticut Sun brawl, her confidence has skyrocketed. She's gained over 800,000 new followers. Her jersey sales have exploded. And most importantly, she's embraced the spotlight and delivered when it counts. Sophie, the Blonde Bomber, lit it up again tonight. She's been phenomenal lately. 5 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 5 from 3, 3 of -4 from the line, adding 17 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. She's been stepping up in a massive way. And that's exactly what this team needs when their best player is sidelined. They need role players to rise to the occasion, and that's exactly what Sophie Cunningham has done. Her rise from gritty role player to full-fledged WNBA star has been one of the season's best storylines. She's no longer just the enforcer. She's now the Fever's most reliable offensive threat. That's a rare combo, and it's made her a clear fan favorite. But even Sophie's heroics couldn't fully mask another classic Indiana Fever near collapse. True to form, they almost blew a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter. Again, the Fever somehow managed to do everything wrong down the stretch and still pulled off the win. But it came dangerously close to an epic collapse. The game should have been locked up with 5 minutes to go. Instead, it turned into pure chaos. For some reason, Stephanie White waited until the final minute to sub Lexi Holback in for defense, even though she should have been in there 2 minutes earlier. The team couldn't grab a rebound when it mattered most, and the whole thing almost became a disaster. At one point, Indiana was cruising, leading 55-42 midway through the third, largely thanks to Sophie's hot shooting and solid supporting efforts. But as soon as they got comfortable, it all fell apart. It's like this team becomes allergic to success without Clark on the floor. Seattle went on a 10-2 run to close the quarter and trimmed the lead to just 4. What should have been a smooth win turned into a full-blown nail-biter.